All right, we are back now with a great idea for a toastable drink heading into the holiday season.
How does mulled cider with rosemary sound? Because Janet is here with the recipe. But first, okay, we're going to check out the ingredients first. You're going to need some brown sugar, the cinnamon, the pumpkin pie spice, apple cider, a little sprig of rosemary, a few of them because you're going to make more than one, right? Some oranges and some cranberries. And
that's pretty simple.
You want to smell Christmas, it's right here.
It's a warm hug, and it just smells like that. It's almost equivalent to apple pie, except on overheat, and the whole house just smells, and you can smell the cinnamon. But rosemary is a different additive. Last year I changed it up a little bit. Last year I did mint, which you could totally do, but I actually wanted to do some rosemary. Now, I don't have the rosemary in here steeping with this because it will make it strong. I'm not sure if you guys will go for that, but just putting it in your glass and
would you do that at home by yourself?
Absolutely, because I really like rosemary taste. I think that the rosemary gives it a different taste. Plus, it's among the fall foliage, you know, and herbs that we are getting. And this is totally seasonal. And look how beautiful! It's almost like a little Christmas tree stuck in there.
It does add something.
And the oranges but. All we do with this, I used my crock pot, and this is a really small one. You could use a big one, of course. And we're just going to pour in some of this apple cider that's already, you know, we purchased this at Kroger is all, and you can just stick that in. And I use brown sugar because of the maple. Or molasses, I'm sorry, not maple. It's going to give it a nice little flavor. Plus, it really doesn't need sweetened that much. So that's about a half a cup of brown sugar. And the reason we put it in there is because we're adding cinnamon. Look, I've got whole cinnamon sticks in there.
Oh, you have the cinnamon sticks in there.
Because we want that to steep, and it seems like the cinnamon bark, for some reason, is kind of a lighter flavor. It's more subtle. It's not going to be overwhelming. But I went ahead and added some cinnamon. So I did like a half a teaspoon to teaspoon. And this is according to how you like your flavor. You can actually do this yourself, but I went ahead and kind of put a little extra in there because I think that it goes so well with the cider that I decided that it had to have a little bit more cinnamon in it. And of course, I just had 2 sticks of cinnamon sticks in there. You can put more because to me, it's really hard to over-season this. And then I use pumpkin pie spice because it has the allspice and it has some of that ground cloves that you have in there. So I just put like an 1/8 of teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon in that, and then of course I put some cut up oranges. And then cranberries, make use of what we have right now, the bounty in the fall and the seasonal vegetables and fruits.
A lot of us probably have them left over too. Thanksgiving.
So this is the season which I try to use everything that's totally that I walk through the produce aisle and I see. Now I'm just throwing some more in, and of course I just sliced a few here just to make it beautiful. And remember, this is hot. Even though you can serve it in these little cups right here, if it's too hot, it's going to melt it. And how do I know this?
You discovered it. Trial and error.
I literally served it, and the whole bottom was like crinkled up.
Oh, it melted in.
It melted.
No. Okay,
so
don't do that.
Serve these in, you know, normally this is, a cider is normally served in a mug. Well, we're going to serve this in something a little fancier.
Little flute.
Yeah.
I like that. That is cute.
You know, also, this is, if you guys are into, you know, totally spiking this, I'll tell you some whiskey, the Fireball whiskey is great for this.
Well, it would make sense, the flavor of that.
Cinnamony,
And you can do it lightly so that it's not going to overwhelm you, because I'm not a big fan of whiskey, but some people really like it. So
well, and bourbon right now is the hot ticket. You know, everybody's going bourbon
This is my hot toddy, actually.
Hot toddy.
Yeah, so if you have a little sore throat, which I did at Thanksgiving. Just
I think I have one now, so thank you.
And it was really, really flavorful. We did serve this at Thanksgiving, and the boys put some fun in it, some spirits.
Some fun in it. And you said that they used Fireball.
Well, they kept trying to get me to taste it, and I kept going, no, I'm not tasting it.
You knew something was up.
I knew that they probably spiked it. No, Mom, you got to taste it. That's all I keep hearing. It's equivalent to, hey, Mom, smell this. I know it's not going to be good, so I usually don't. But I did taste it, and it was lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Isn't it a beautiful drink, though?
It's so pretty. I love how colorful it is, and it tastes amazing. Like this.
It's exactly as advertised. It's what you would expect. If you're having this is exactly what you know, when I saw the ingredients and I thought about this is exactly what you'd expect. And
it's still very simple to make. It's almost like a house potpourri too when you're making this.
That's
the entire
a great
house.
thing.
And you can get some rosemary up your nose. That's great.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you just let this have some time to steep too, it's going to give it a nice little
The rosemary.
depth. Yes, of
If
some
you
flavor.
throw it in there, yeah.
But I would actually stick it in there. I just didn't do that because I wasn't sure you guys would go for it. But
I like
you
it.
know, you
Yeah, I
can smell
like
it. You can smell it in there. That's the actual flavor that it will impart. That's the wonderful thing about rosemary. It actually tastes exactly like it smells.
And it smells so good too.
It's-
yeah.
You
So
really
why
can't
wouldn't
beat
it
the
taste
smell.
good? That's for sure. Wow. This is great. But the rosemary does, you know, see,
It tickles your nose.
it does tickle the nose. Yeah, that's for sure.
If only we could string some lights at the top and make it looks like a real
So
Christmas
good.
tree.
So
But I like
good.
the idea of a glass.
Yeah,
This is a nice little thing to put in somebody's hand as they walk in the door at
I
your
think
Christmas
so.
party. Boom.
They should serve this at church.
Yeah. Excellent.
And you go in.
Thanks, Janet.
Cheers.
Thank
I
you.
love this. Guys, give it a whirl at home.
All right, if you'd like to find the full recipe, you can check it out on our First Look at Four Facebook page. And, well, there it is. Look at that.
So
Melanie
pretty.
on the
Yeah.
spot. How about that?